Hello HP Touchpad users, great news! Today I want to tell you about some fantastic Android 4.4.4 Kitkat data media builds on the HP Touchpad. This time brought to us by TeamEOS, the Revival Nightlies. Come check it out here in the XDA Developers Forum and give thanks to TeamEOS. While you're here, don't forget to check out the OP by Connor Baker, thanks to him for putting it together. And welcome to EOS. The EOS project originated with the Android open source project release of Ice Cream Sandwich and was originally founded by Jcsullins and co-founded by Big Rush Dog. Since then, EOS has evolved into a multinational collaborative effort backed by top Android developers. Our objective is to provide a world-class Android open source project build with unique features and enhancements. EOS is an ongoing development project in which builds are released on a regular basis. Every release should be considered stable and highly functional. Scrolling down, you'll see the TeamEOS roster. Of course, Connor Baker here on the HP Touchpad. Thanks, man. Features of the ROM. It's a fairly no-frills deal. There are a few features, but of course, it's a solid ROM, and you can customize it yourself. It's Android, hey. Credits and downloads. Of course, you can get your download links here. It's not really every night, but more of every other night. You can check them out here. It's fairly frequently updated. It's got good support, of course. GApps here, and installation. Now here we have some links to guides to get data media builds installed. Now it's noted that this version can't be installed via the Touchpad Toolbox. Now this used to be true, but now it can be installed via the Touchpad Toolbox, and I have newer instructions on how to do that. So these links will probably be updated, but if not, check the video's description for my how to install with the Touchpad Toolbox, the super easy way guide. This is of course by Jcsullins, and I've made it simplified with all the versions and informations. Now previously there is version 40 which couldn't install these builds. Here are the build downloads. But the newer versions 41 or newer, there's also a C&D version available, and I have a troubleshooting video if you haven't previously been able to get these builds installed that'll explain how to get this going for you. So you can use the Touchpad Toolbox, but of course use this newer version. These are still testing versions, but it will work. To note, you could install it with the older version here, the 40 version. However, you'll have to rename the ROM itself to a compatible ROM. So it is possible to get it installed with the Touchpad Toolbox, but perhaps a little more work to do so. My guides will give you all the detailed information about each ROM, and then important notes, little fixes and tweaks, and things I've noticed that you might want to hear about. Now let's talk about this great ROM. Now it has a nice low battery drain, for the most part under -10 mA, and spiking up to around -20 in the more intensive bits for the deep sleep. So that's kind of the range you can expect. Gets a nice 10,000 score in Antutu benchmark, which is pretty respectable. Now it has perfectly working hardware, video, Bluetooth, audio, and mic, but no working camera. This gives me a chuckle because of the CM9 days where the camera didn't really work. But then again, you don't really use the camera that much, or at least I don't really use the camera. I use this as my daily driver for about 2 months before I actually noticed the camera wasn't working. Now it's noted here in, I believe, the second post, what is and what isn't working. Really not a big deal not having the camera working. I'm sure it'll be working eventually, but yeah, not currently working. Not a big deal, but it's something to be noted. In addition, there's a little EOS Update Manager. Now this is handy. If you go to the Settings and About tablet, you'll find the EOS Manager. It'll just inform you of the latest ROM, and then you can download it directly to the device. Now of course you'll need to reboot into recovery, but you can check it out there and install the fresh ROMs. Next up, now I've already noted that you'll want to use the latest versions of the Touchpad Toolbox to get this ROM installed properly. You'll want to use version 41 plus. Any newer version should do it. If you're using the older version 40, you can just rename the ROM and get it installed like that. Now I've heard about problems with the YouTube playback on some ROMs, not specific to just this ROM, but you can easily fix this issue. You'll notice the playback is a little chopped out. You'll want to go to the 3 dots, you'll want to go to Settings, and you'll want to change the resolution to 720p. Now no, this is a little counterintuitive as the device only uses 1024 by 768 resolution, but this does appear to clear up the issue and you can play everything again just normally. Now, I was unable to connect the HP Touchpad running this ROM to a Windows 8.1 machine, which is actually very common for a lot of the current ROMs. Seems to work fine with Windows 7, but you may have issues getting it set up at first. Now, in order to get around these issues, you can enable developer mode. You'll need to go to Settings, About Tablet, and click on the build number 7 times, and this will pop up the developer options in the left-hand menu. Go there and unselect USB debugging mode. This seems to get the touchpad to be visible and connected properly, and this may work with other ROMs. I found this to be an excellent stable ROM. Come check it out for yourself. Of course, give thanks to the developer and everyone involved. Here's the information, all the people who have contributed. Of course, thanks to Tom Baker, TeamEOS, and Run and Hide 05. This is a great Android open source project ROM for your HP Touchpad. And of course, check out all their information in Post 2 if you want to know the latest details and contribute in the forums. Please subscribe to see the latest updates with the HP Touchpad, and thanks for watching, everyone.